Have you ever heard of a man who thought he had everything under control until life flipped the table on him? What if I told you that one small decision, one delay, and one careless word could destroy love, family, and trust forever? Tonight, I will tell you a story about a man named Sam. And when his apology finally came, it was already too late. And if you're just joining us, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a story like this one. Sam was a tall, handsome young man from Lagos, born into a middle-class family. He had everything a man could ask for: brains, charm, and ambition. But Sam had one weakness: his pride. He believed that no matter what happened, he would always have the final say. He believed no woman could ever walk away from him, and that belief was what brought him down. Sam met Anita at a friend's birthday party in Surulere. Anita was beautiful with a calm spirit and a smile that could even melt even the hardest heart. She was a final year student at the University of Lagos, intelligent and focused on her dreams. When their eyes met across the noisy hall, it felt like destiny had written their names in the same book. They talked that night for hours, forgetting there were other people around. From that moment, their love story began. But love stories in Lagos are never as smooth as Nollywood films. Sam came from a family that believed a woman should be submissive, always saying yes to a man, never questioning his decisions. Anita, on the other hand, was a modern girl. She respected tradition but also valued her independence. She wanted love, not control. At first, they blended perfectly. Sam would take her out to restaurants in Victoria Island. They would stroll around the National Theatre grounds and sometimes even sneak into small suya joints in Yaba. Their laughter was loud, their joy was deep, but soon Sam's pride started to show. One evening, Anita got an internship opportunity in Abuja. She was excited and rushed to tell Sam. Instead of being happy for her, Sam frowned. "Why do you need an internship? Am I not enough to provide for you?" he asked. Anita tried to explain that it was about her career, her dreams, her passion, but Sam waved it off, telling her that a woman's place was beside her man. That was the first crack in their perfect love story. Months passed and arguments became frequent. Anita loved Sam but felt suffocated. She wanted freedom while Sam wanted control. Yet, despite their fights, Anita stayed. She believed in love and prayed that Sam would change. But instead, Sam's pride grew worse. He never apologized whenever he was wrong. He would rather go silent and expect Anita to come crawling back with forgiveness. Then came the scandal that shook everything. Sam's best friend Tunde was secretly in love with Anita. Tunde had been watching silently from the sidelines, waiting for the day Sam would mess up completely. And that day came when Sam publicly embarrassed Anita at a wedding. In front of friends and strangers, Sam shouted at Anita for dancing with another man, even though it was an innocent dance. Anita cried and walked out. Her makeup ruined, her heart shattered. Tunde followed her, comforting her with words Sam had never spoken. From that day, a dangerous triangle began. Anita was still loyal to Sam, but Tunde was always there, showing her the love and respect Sam refused to give. The more Sam pushed her away, the closer she leaned on Tunde. Lagos gossip carried their story like wildfire. Friends whispered, family members warned, but pride blinded Sam. Instead of changing, he accused Anita of betrayal. He forgot that love without trust is like a house without foundation. But here is where the twist deepens. Anita discovered she was pregnant. Her world turned upside down. She knew she had been with Sam, but doubts began to creep in. Could it be Tunde? Or was it really Sam's? Fear and shame consumed her. She decided to keep it a secret until she was sure. But Lagos has ears, and soon rumors spread that Anita was carrying Tunde's child. Sam, in his anger, refused to listen. Without asking questions, he threw Anita out of his life, calling her a disgrace. He never once thought to say sorry for the times he had hurt her, for the times he had ignored her tears. He was too proud to admit it might have been the reason she drifted away. Anita left Lagos for Benin City. There she gave birth to a baby boy. She named him Daniel after her late father. Life was tough, but she found strength in motherhood. Tunde offered to stand by her, but Anita, still broken by love, refused to settle for him. She wanted peace, not drama. Years passed. Daniel grew, looking more and more like Sam. The resemblance was undeniable. But Sam didn't know. He was living his life chasing money and women, while Anita quietly built a small business selling fabrics in Benin. Then came the day of truth. Sam's company got a big contract in Benin and he traveled there for business. By coincidence, he entered Anita's shop to buy clothes for his mother. When their eyes met after years apart, silence filled the air. Sam froze, staring at the child standing beside her. Daniel looked like a younger version of him. Sam's world collapsed instantly. He realized the boy was his son. Guilt, regret, and pain swallowed him. For the first time in his life, he felt the weight of his actions. He begged Anita, crying like a child. He asked for forgiveness. He asked to be part of his son's life. He asked for another chance. But Anita looked at him with tears in her eyes and said words that stabbed his soul. Sam, your apology came too late. You threw me away when I needed you most. Daniel knows only me. Where were you when I was suffering? Where were you when I cried at night? Where were you when our son was born? Sam fell to his knees begging, but Anita turned her back and walked away with Daniel, leaving Sam shattered. But here's the most shocking twist, the one secret nobody saw coming. Months later, a DNA test was done, and the truth came out. Daniel was not Sam's son. The boy Anita had raised all these years was actually Tunde's child. But Anita never told Sam because she wanted to protect Daniel from the shame of knowing how he was conceived. Sam's apology had come too late, not only because of his pride, but because the child he wanted to claim was never his in the first place. And that, my friend, is how pride destroyed a man, how love slipped through his fingers, and how an apology, no matter how sincere, sometimes comes when it no longer matters. Sam could not believe it. The DNA result sat on the table in front of him like a ticking bomb. He had spent nights crying over the thought of losing Anita and Daniel, only to find out that the child he had thought was his blood was not his after all. He felt betrayed, humiliated, and broken. But the biggest wound was not the DNA. It was Anita's silence. That night, Sam sat alone in his car, parked by the roadside in GRA Benin. Staring blankly into the darkness, his pride was gone. The Lagos big boy everyone admired had been reduced to a shadow of himself. For the first time, Sam realized that money, status, and looks meant nothing without love, trust, and family. Meanwhile, Anita sat in a small room with Daniel sleeping peacefully beside her. Tears streamed down her face. She had kept the secret for years, not because she wanted to deceive Sam, but because she feared what the truth would do to Daniel. In her heart, Daniel was her son, not Tunde's. She had raised him alone, carried his burdens, and given him a name that would forever remind her of strength. But now the truth was out, and the scandal was spreading like wildfire. The next morning, Lagos blogs were buzzing. Billionaire Sam discovers love child isn't his. Social media went wild with memes, insults, and gossip. Old friends started mocking Sam, saying, so after all his shakara, he was raising another man's child. Business partners whispered behind his back. Sam's reputation was crashing faster than his stock market. But here's the twist. Sam's mother, Mama Grace, was furious. She stormed into Anita's shop with her head tied high like a warrior going to battle. She shouted at Anita in front of customers, accusing her of destroying her son's life. But Anita, for the first time, stood her ground. Mama, with all due respect, your son destroyed his own life with his pride. He threw me away when I needed him. Don't blame me for his mistakes. Her voice shook, but her courage was firm. Mama Grace left in anger, but deep inside, she knew Anita was right. Sam's downfall was his own doing. Now, let's talk about Tunde, the man in the shadows. Tunde had always loved Anita, but his love was dangerous. He knew Daniel was his son, but had allowed Anita to raise the boy alone because she never gave him a chance. Now that the truth was out, Tunde saw it as an opportunity. He returned to Anita saying, I've been here all along. I'm ready to be the father Daniel needs. I'll take care of you both. Juanita shook her head. Tunde, you are part of my past, not my future. I don't want Daniel growing up in confusion. You may be his father by blood, but I am his mother by choice, and I will not let pride, anger, or desperation destroy my son's peace. Sam, hearing this, realized how deeply he had failed. He tried again to win Anita back. He sent gifts, flowers, even money, but Anita rejected everything. Sam, she said softly one evening when he came begging at her doorstep, love is not about who apologizes last. Love is about who values you first. You waited until I was broken. You waited until I was gone. Now your apology has no meaning. But here's where faith played its last card. One rainy night in Benin, as Anita closed her shop, A group of armed robbers attacked. They wanted her sales for the day. She screamed, clutching Daniel in fear. Just then a car screeched to a stop. Sam jumped out, charging at the robbers without thinking twice. He fought like a man possessed, protecting Anita and Daniel with everything he had. Shots were fired, people screamed, and in the chaos, Sam took a bullet to his side. Blood gushed out as he fell to the ground. Anita screamed his name, rushing to his side. Sam, weak and gasping, looked into her eyes. Anita, I was a fool. Forgive me, even if I don't live to hear it. Tears rolled down Anita's cheeks as she held him tightly. In that moment, all her pain, all her anger melted into raw emotion. Sam, don't you dare leave me now. Don't you dare. Sam survived the gunshot after surgery, but it was never the same. The incident humbled him completely. He realized that love was more than pride, more than ego. It was sacrifice, it was patience, it was humility. But here comes the shocking ending that left everyone talking. Months later, as Sam recovered and tried to rebuild his life, a letter arrived at Anita's doorstep. It was from Tunde. Inside the envelope was another DNA result, one Anita had never seen before. It revealed that the first DNA test Sam had done was manipulated. Daniel was not Tunde's son. Daniel was actually Sam's biological child after all. Yes, the so called truth that destroyed everything was a lie. And guess who orchestrated it? Tunde. Out of jealousy and desperation, he had paid to alter the test results so Sam would walk away, leaving Anita broken and vulnerable. But fate had other plans, and the truth finally came to light. When Anita confronted Tunde, he admitted everything, tears in his eyes. I loved you too much. I thought if Sam hated you, he would finally choose me. But I was wrong. Anita slapped him and walked away, knowing some wounds could never heal. When Sam saw the real DNA results, he broke down, holding Daniel in his arms. My son, I wasted years when I should have been your father. He looked at Anita, his eyes swollen with regret. And I wasted love when I should have cherished it. Can I ever make it right? Anita, tired of pain but full of wisdom, replied, Sam, we cannot change the past, but maybe, just maybe, we can choose the future. And so the story ended not with perfection, but with a lesson that pride destroys, lies kill, and sometimes an apology is powerful, but if it comes too late, it may cost you everything you hold dear. The end. The biggest moral lesson from this story is pride and delayed apologies can destroy love, trust, and opportunities forever. Learn to value people when you have them say, I'm sorry, when you are wrong, and never let ego come before love. Because sometimes when you finally realize your mistake, it may already be too late. Please leave a comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.